my last day today in Stockholm, and I actually just wanted to share my opinion and my experience rather about how it is to be a student studying abroad. And I thought that it could be helpful for my friends who are now finishing high school and trying to decide and understand where do they want to go and where to study, what path to choose. And yeah, basically that's the reason of this video. So as you may know, this year I have been studying in Stockholm. I did my first year in Bachelor Program in Biomedicine at Karolinska Institutet, and the first thing I want to say, it was amazing. Like seriously, everything. My university itself, I think that's the most important thing to start from. The teachers, the program itself, how the program is constructed, like our labs, the equipment is amazing. Basically, biomedicine is the program which makes you to be a researcher in the end. So we really had a lot of like different techniques and lab works, and I think that actually that's one of the best places. Yeah, I just had to change the position of my camera since it's so much more comfortable to actually sit on a stone, not on the grass, like when the dirt is all over your legs. And yeah, so continuing, Karolinska Institutet is such an amazing university. Like, I know it's in the like top 20 medical universities in Europe, and even though I'm not a medical student but biomedical, I still want to say that even now, after finishing 1 year without having any like job experience or doing any internships or scholarships, summer projects, whatever, it still feels like the quality of education is on point. I mean, you are prepared to actually do something in the end. You not only obtain theoretical knowledge about chemistry, biology, anatomy, but also a lot of like practical applications and what you can do to study, for example, human genome, and which advantages and the discoveries it could bring, and you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it differs from program to program, but I do believe that all the programs at KI are on a high level of education, and I do believe that the people who get the diploma and who graduate from it, they basically can find a job like everywhere. But it was not the main point of my video. I also wanted to say that since I come from a small country, like Estonia is small considering European standards, it was such an like eyes-opening experience to come to live to another country, and also to experience such a multicultural environment, which is actually like that at KI. Because yeah, in Estonia you don't see things like that. You don't have people from like all over the world in your class. You actually, I must say that you sometimes face the cases of racism in Estonia, like let's be honest, it is like that. But here at KI, I've never actually seen anything like that. Like my classmates are from India, Pakistan, Sweden, Africa, Germany, I don't know, Estonia and Latvia, like all over the world. And we just study all together, like we all have actually bright minds, so we all gonna contribute to research and development of medicine in the future. I hope so. Let's pray. And yeah, basically that's the thing. But also like some personal aspects, such as learning how to live on your own, like starting with how to do your own laundry and cook the meals for yourself, like mom is not there to cook for you, and yeah, how to manage with your time, how to simply learn how to look after yourself. Like one of the actually interesting openings for me was when I went to one of the parties, like one of the first proper parties of the year, somewhere in October or November, and let's say it did not go as I wanted it to go, and I was coming home really drunk, like shit-faced, and I actually caught myself thinking of, what if like I fall somewhere on the street right now, and no one is gonna really search for me. Like I can call my dad, just say, "Oh, Dad, please pick me up. I feel bad." So it's just like learning how to be responsible for your own self. Not only like how to live independently, like, oh yeah, first you have this kind of thoughts like, oh my god, I'm a cool kid, there's no one to control me, like I can do whatever I want. But you also have to understand that it's not only doing whatever you want, it's also learning to be responsible, sort of. And yeah, in my case, I am really lucky. Like I'm super grateful for my parents. Living in Stockholm, it's not cheap. Like I must say, food is expensive, living costs are also like high. The main advantage, of course, is that the education for European citizens, so like students who come from European Union, it's free of charge, so you don't have to pay tuition fee. But if you think of all the other costs, like your month transfer ticket, like food, like paying for your flight, and all kind of like small things, like eating out and buying some necessary stuff, like it actually a lot. So I must say like a big thank you to my parents who allowed me to do that without me being like forced to work in my first year of bachelor, because it's actually really important to focus on your studies during your first year, because you have to adjust for the student life. It's not the same as school, it's not the same as high school even. Like there is no one to nagging on you saying like, oh, why didn't you do your homework, yeah, there's a test coming, guys, you need to prepare. Like no one is gonna do that. It's simply up to yourself whether you decide that you want to put some effort and you want to study, you want to get a good grade, or you just let it go, and in the end you will have to do re-exam, and it's actually really hard if you fail some exam. Like trust me, been there, done that, to study like for the next one and also for the retest. Like it it is not easy. So yeah, and I must say that I already told that the quality of education in my university is high, so it means that studying there, it requires some effort. Like you actually have to study a lot, like go through lectures, repeat some stuff on your own, like revise a lot during the exam period, and write a lot of lab reports, which is the most annoying thing for me, since I'm not the lab person, like I'm not the research person. But yeah, I think it's inevitable in every university, especially if you do a program in like life sciences, biosciences, like biomedicine. So I think it's fine. You just have to kind of adjust it. And so I said about living. Yeah, actually, like if we forget about the cost for a moment, I just want to say like Stockholm is amazing. It is such a gorgeous, a beautiful city. I cannot stop being amazed. Like every single time I go to the town and I discover new place, or I just walk in the Gamla stan, which everyone knows, like it's the old town of Stockholm, I can't help but like staring all around because it's so freaking beautiful. And the people are, I would say, Swedes are rather, they're friendly, they're kind of open and willing to help. Everyone speaks English, like everyone, everywhere. It's so convenient that I didn't manage to learn proper Swedish during my first year, even though I was super determined. But like I was not forced to speak it, I think, not in any case, because in university my program is in English. It is actually the only bachelor program which is entirely in English at KI, so that's what's the main reason why I chose it. And so everyone speaks English. You have lectures in English. I mostly made friends with other international students, so we talk in English. Wherever you go, is it a shop or museum, or you just ask someone on the street, or everyone speaks English, so you can just like, be alright, I will learn my svenska sometime later. But of course it's not a good thing to do, so I already promised myself that I'm gonna learn Swedish better and more focused next year. But and also one thing to say about my amazing classmates, like I wasn't expecting that. Like my class in high school, which I still remain friends with so many of my classmates from high school, my class was really good. But my class in university is just as good, if not better. Like I literally made friends with so many amazing people. Like I'm just super grateful for having them in my life. They were like my major support during this year. It was not only, unicorns pooping the rainbows the whole year. Of course, there were like hard and tough periods, and they were just super supportive, and they were always there for me. And whenever I felt sad, I could just call them and say, like, "Oh, hi guys, I feel super depressed. Like, can we just go out for coffee or beer or something?" And there was always someone who was up to that, and just they're amazing people. I'm looking forward studying with them for 2 more years. And so yeah, I don't want this video to be super long and boring, so I just want to do a quick summary of what I wanted to say. First of all, studying abroad is amazing. You guys should go for it whenever you have the possibility. Like there are many countries in Europe which provide education in English, and it's free of charge for students who come from European Union, such as Estonia. So I'm gonna have leave the link below this video with the different European Bachelor Program, and you guys can have a look, and maybe you will find something that you will be interested in. And if you do so, and if you think that the conditions will fit you, like in terms of like money and stuff like that, then you should definitely do that. I mean, I didn't regret not even 1 second that I came here to study at Karolinska in Sweden. And yeah, even though I had some doubts about even the program was right for me or not, I have a plan right now how I'm gonna adjust it to myself in the future, and which master program will I choose to do what I want. And yeah, basically I love it here, and I really hope that you guys will also choose to at least study abroad for some time, like go on exchange or something. If you will stay in your own country, like but if you have a possibility to discover some new places, to go abroad, to live on your own, to like go get together with new people and new cultures also, I think it's really important, and it really like opens your mind in terms of, yeah, how do the other people live all over the world. Yeah, so this is worth it, like I'm telling you. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. It was nice sharing my opinion. Bye!